Alright, I am finally back, and look at this. It is currently laying down its first layers of its first material. This took quite a while to get here. Okay, first of all, it comes, I suppose, tuned stock for PLA, just your generic vanilla PLA or whatever, whereas I've got this thing loaded up with all PLA Plus, except for this silk and this galaxy red here, which is beautiful, but the splices in that galaxy red in particular break a lot. One of the complaints I really have is the slicer. The slicer is really not user friendly. I'm not very good at showing what's going on here. I mean, I suppose it's not the worst thing. I've been spoiled by Cura. I really like the supports in Cura and everything, and the biggest complaint I have actually is the Splice Tuning. If you come over here, devices, materials. You come in here to materials and use splice settings, loading it up. You got to come in here, you pick your palette type. We're using the Palette 3 Pro. Outgoing material, you have to create your materials first. Come in here, say outgoing, ceramic, into this heat factor. These are all functions I've put in here already. You don't get to decide what temperature you're using. Okay, you punch in a number and it just increases the amount of time it spends in that stage. So this was all very tedious, and once you save it, those splice settings, you can't go back and review them unless you go in here, splice settings, and put them together and see what it's been made. There's no real coherent way to see what settings you've already made, I guess, is my biggest complaint. Other than that, is really, I guess, one of the great sins of making videos is making a video of a computer screen, but who cares? This is taken quite a while to get this far. Just a bit mesmerizing. So one of the things I did there this time around, we still haven't had a really successful run. Instead of clamping this to this location here or any other location, I just stuck it on there. And we've already had one fuse break, but hopefully the rest of them come out pretty decently. Got to sit on top of it and watch it and make sure none of the fusions break, because if a fuse breaks, then the whole operation becomes pointless. You have to take it apart and clear the machine and start over. And I had a print, where is it, in the land of, this is as far as we got last time, and it really looked bad, and it was slipping and binding up, and it's just pretty awful. We're trying it again. I didn't video the last attempt. I've taken some pictures though. I may be able to edit them into this video. But so far it's been a pain in the butt. I can't really say that I would suggest anyone else buy this. If you had the $700 or $800 that these things retail for. I got this on pre-sale. And pre-sale it was like $700. If you have the money to spend on that, then you could probably afford a printer that was dedicated for that. Because here's my wonderful stack of failed fuses. You know, this has wasted a good amount of filament just to get it dialed in. And again, the slicer leaves a lot to be desired. If the internet's down, then you can't use it because it's strictly running in the browser. Overall, I would say even if you've been doing printing for a year like me, I've only been doing this 3D printing stuff for about a year now, and finally decided to kind of make videos of it. Hopefully I'll get better at making these videos. Hopefully I'll get better at fine-tuning these machines. The success I've had with just the printer alone was great. I was really enthusiastic when I got this Voxelab. This Voxelab has been just an absolute dream to work with. I haven't had hardly any problems out of it, except for the hot end cooling fan started making noise, and so I replaced it, and of course I changed out the Bowden tube and all that. But I have some ideas for some interesting projects, honestly. Don't know how much more of this palette I can stand if this print fails. Who knows, I may put this stupid thing up for sale and go and get a Prusa or something. But that's about all my thoughts I've got on this for now. Again, I hope to do something with this channel. I noticed I got a new subscriber just recently, and I was really excited about that. I still haven't made a new video, and I imagine it's the palette videos that brought him here. And so I just want to let anyone who's looking to get one of these know that there's more than one way to get a multi-material print. And I honestly, the more experience I get with this Palette 3 Pro, the more I think I would have probably better spent my money on a Prusa, to be perfectly honest. All that being said, I'm going to keep at it until I get this working the way it's supposed to work. Oh, look at that transition block. We're finally into a second material now. This is 7.5 minutes in to this video, and I'm still just rambling on and on and on about it. But it's quite nice, that I like that transition block. I know it's a huge waste of plastic, and I did put in the slicer settings to purge to infill when it could. But I'm only using a 10% infill on this lizard, so there's really not a lot of room in there to purge. That being said, if I have more success with this, and get it actually working well, I may make some more videos with it, and I do have some ideas for some multi-material prints. Most of the stuff I actually want to make is mechanical, engineering type stuff. No, I'm not an engineer, but I am an enthusiast, and I have made so far this swash plate that was intended to go into a home-built helicopter. Now, I kind of have slowed down on this, ran into a few hiccups, but overall, I think this would work. If not for an ultralight manned craft, then for perhaps something remote controlled. But there are a few hiccups there, and perhaps more on that later if anyone's interested in 3D printing parts for ultralight aircraft or cars, whatever it is. Any suggestions for something that could be 3D printed, I'm open to them. I'm open to ideas. But anyway, this is running into 10 minutes, so I have to get off of here. Happy 3D printing, everyone, and we'll see you in another video. Bye.